Alright then, so, welcome to episode 6 of the Canny Talk podcast. And this week, it's a weird week because Katie's not here, but I do have a very special guest.
I'm blushing.
It's Lewis. Lewis is a friend of mine. We've known each other for quite a while now. Not sure how long.
Since we were just babies.
Yeah.
That's 16.
16, yeah. It's a really long time ago. And Lewis, we're going to get on. We're going to talk about your channel. We're going to talk about what movies you like, because we talk about movies on here. We'll talk about some games, and who knows what else we'll talk about.
I love all that, Shaun. I love all of that.
That's good. That's good to hear, because it'd be a pretty poor podcast if you didn't like all that. So, tell us about your channel.
Well, I've just started a channel around about 10 days ago. I was thinking about starting it for quite a while, but I've been thinking, Shaun. I've been thinking I can make a channel, but what videos am I even going to put up?
Yeah.
I needed some inspo.
Yeah.
And I don't know where I got that inspo from, but I decided to make one. So, around about 10 days ago, I think I put on my first video. Obviously, I play a lot of FIFA in my spare time.
Yeah.
So, FIFA, or EA, released a press release that announced that they were going to be adding David Beckham to FIFA. And I was thinking, that's quite exciting. It's quite interesting. So what I did, I whacked on the recording software and I just talked about it for like 5 minutes. I was saying, this is how you get David Beckham. And it wasn't edited at all.
Yeah, because you did. Because I thought when I first saw what your videos that you were doing, I thought you were just doing gameplays, but you're actually doing news as well, aren't you? Which is, I think it's better.
Well, I've made a couple of news videos, and they seem to do all right. Actually, they get quite a few views. I made one about Zlatan Ibrahimovic as well.
Yeah.
And his row with EA, his beef, his feud, and that did all right.
Yeah.
And I've made a few. In FIFA, they have these squad building challenges that you have to make in Ultimate Team.
Right.
And I've made a few solution videos to them. They've done all right as well. Not great, but obviously it is only the first week of my channel.
I was going to say you've done all right for the first week, haven't you? I think you're getting a couple. Well, you're getting quite. I think most of your videos are at least over 100, aren't they? Views.
Most of them are around about 30 to 50, and then I've got 2 or 3 that have got 100 or a couple hundred, which they're all right. I used a bit of Google ads though, cheated the system.
Yeah. So do I. I mean, I think you'll probably get like 100 views every time you put Zlatan in the title. So it's
easy.
It's one of them things for FIFA, isn't it? FIFA's just FIFA itself.
I think what I'm gonna be focusing on is the challenge videos. I like doing them.
Yeah.
I made one the other day of trying to score a free kick with Messi from 40 yards.
Yeah.
And it took me a while because I am terrible at free kicks. But I enjoyed doing it, and then I've just put up another one yesterday, trying to score a free kick with Phil Jones past Jan Oblak, and that was also very difficult. But I had fun making it, and I think I edited it quite well.
Yeah.
And it's my best video I've made so far.
To be fair, I think when you said that you're not very good at free kicks and you're scoring a free kick from 40 yards with Phil Jones against Jan Oblak, I don't think those statements match. Because I can't score a free kick with Phil Jones, I know that. I don't think I could score a penalty with Phil Jones, never mind a free kick. So
I did try a couple of penalties and he failed miserably at those. But the free kick that I scored with Phil Jones, that was just outside the box. We're not doing the 40-yarders yet with Phil.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah. So is it just FIFA, do you think? Is that all you'll be doing, FIFA videos?
I think for the time being, yes. Obviously, if I was to blow up, as they say, then I could try out different stuff. But at this moment in time, I think with the FIFA challenges, I don't see anybody else doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could be like the step in the door, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it makes sense, doesn't it? Because you want to try and find something that's at least partly original. It's hard these days, but yeah, I think you're right. I don't think I've ever seen anyone doing the challenges. So yeah.
Yeah, the place I used to play Madden back in the day, which is an American football game.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation, and there used to be a guy called Laserbeam who's actually like huge now. He's I think he's Australian. I could be wrong, but he got huge doing these like Madden challenges, and he used to post them on Reddit, and I used to watch them like when he first started out, and then he absolutely blew up from those videos. So I think I could just do the same thing with FIFA, and hopefully it works.
Yeah.
It's a tried and tested recipe.
Yeah, I think FIFA's more inherently British, though, isn't it? I think that's you are probably attacking the nation market actually, because obviously Madden's makes more sense for us. If it is, I don't know if he's Australian or not, but it makes sense if he's Australian, because then you're hitting the Australian and American markets. But the British market, it's not really a Madden thing, is it? So FIFA's probably the perfect one.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to take off with the Madden videos in the United Kingdom, unfortunately. They just think it's rugby for softies.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Americans are wimps, like, aren't they?
I do love me American football, Shaun. You know that.
I'm alright with basketball, but American football is it's just a bit too much for me. It's a bit. It's
quite hard to get into because there's just adverts non-stop.
Yeah.
Advert, one play, advert, one play, advert.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful, Shaun.
I don't mind the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's always a good watch, but I couldn't watch game in, game out. Like, I couldn't. I don't think I could take it.
I used to only watch the Super Bowl every season. I never used to be actually into it. I think I started getting into it when my granddad met these people from America who were really into it.
Yeah.
So, and my granddad's he became a big crazy fan of the Falcons,
Yeah.
the Atlanta Falcons, and then he's sort of passed it on to me and my dad. So that's how we got into it, at least.
Yeah, you've had some tragic years, haven't you?
Oh, tell us about it, Shaun.
The Falcons.
I've seen them twice, in London and in Atlanta. And they got beat both times, and they threw away a lead both times. And we don't even talk about the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I've got PTSD from that night.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? For the first few months after that, whenever someone was taking the mick out of you about the Falcons, I would be sitting there going, I don't know I don't get it. I don't know what's wrong. I had to Google it. I was like, I saw the score, and I was still like, I still they lost. And then it took us a few months to finally go, oh, they were winning. Okay.
It's like, say they were playing in the Champions League final and they were 4-0 up at half time.
Yeah.
And then the other team came back and won on penalties. That's how I always describe it to English people.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's why I think the score systems in American football just kind of confuses. Whereas, obviously, if the game of football you were looking at a 5-4, you would probably naturally go, okay, so they've probably made at least one comeback in that game. Whereas with American football, you kind of go, oh my god, it's 34-28. How the hell am I supposed to figure out what the hell happened there?
Yeah, it's quite hard to understand. But I usually just explain it in that it's basically, if you like set pieces in football, then it's just 3.5 hours of set pieces.
Oh god, I don't think I could. I don't even think I could do that if that was what football was. Just set pieces for 3 hours. Oh god.
And you don't even know about the flags, Shaun. If somebody breaks a rule, there's a flag, and there's 22 blokes pushing each other around, and you're not allowed to grab at all. So you can imagine there's quite a few flags. On every other player, there's a flag. And then it goes to the referee, and he's like, this team has broken the law, and this team has broken the law, and they're getting a 12-month sentence. This guy's getting a 3-month sentence. It's a bit confusing. Like.
it sounds it. So is the flags the equivalent of like the cards? Or is it just...
No, not exactly. It's just like a foul. It's like a flag is a foul.
Right. Yeah.
You can't get the quarterback like jumped up and was like, how are then? They were pushing each other.
Right.
They're about. And the defense...
See, that would...
suspension
get
for
me
him.
That's why, like, at this point, I go, he's...
What, the dedicated fighter?
You bring him on, and if we're going to have a fight, it's going to be him. And it's just... I think that's class. You just go out and you find the hardest bloke that you can and say, right, you're our fighter. You're getting paid to fight.
That's brilliant.
Fight on a...
I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, I'm a softie, mate.
So...
I know I look a bit hard, you know,
yeah.
but...
With your good Red Bull shirt on. I tell you what I saw today, right, and you might, because you're a fan of F1. Obviously, when I was in school, one of the main things that everyone loved was match attacks, right? Do people really buy the F1 equivalent to match attacks, which is turbo attacks? There's like 30 drivers. Who's going to buy... You could get what? You get 30 cards. You go, oh yeah, I'll trade you this Nico Rosberg for a Jensen Button. What's gonna do it? I can't believe
I don't know, Shaun. I don't know. I have seen them in the shops, and I've also thought the same. Like, who on earth buys that? There must be somebody.
God,
there must be somebody out there that's out here buying Nico Rosberg cards.
Yeah, but it's like there's one person, and it's like he buys a shop out of the turbo attacks so that they stay in business, and it's someone like Mark Webber or something like that. David Coulthard or whatever he was called.
I mean, I love Nico Rosberg as much as the next guy, but don't really need a trading card to tell them that, you know what I mean?
No.
We have Twitter.
Yeah, it made us laugh today when I went to the shop, because I was like, you know, when you went in school and you were like, right, I'm desperate to trade someone for this Cristiano Ronaldo. I want a Cristiano Ronaldo match attack. Do people get that?
100 clubs.
Yeah. Do people get like that with, you know, Raikkonen and stuff like that? I mean, I kind of imagine kids going into school and going, God, I hope someone's got, you know, a Kimi Raikkonen card. I desperately
swap your limited edition Lewis Hamilton for your Ferrari team.
Yeah. God, it just... Honestly, I have no...
I only need the Ferrari drivers to complete me book.
Oh God, honestly, I'm gonna have to search that now. If there's a Turbo Attacks book, then that's just...
There has to be.
Look, I hope not, because then I'll... Surely kids don't buy things. Because I think F1 is at least people in their, you know, late teens.
I know, yeah, it doesn't seem like something kids would be into. I mean, I was never into it as a kid. I literally only got into it like 4 months ago maybe. I mean, Ryan used to love it, and I was always like, Ryan, it's not even a sport. They just sit there. But now I absolutely love it.
Yeah, my mum loves it as well. I just kind of get into it. Like, I only... Yeah. Yeah, it's never been... I mean, I've tried to get into F1 in the past, but my mum loves it, but I just can't do it. Like, if it was like a 10-lap race, maybe, then yeah, but...
Oh, that would be rubbish, that, Shaun. There would be no overtakes. They chase each other for like 20 laps and then eventually get the overtake.
I know, it's just... God, I sit there and I'm going, oh my God, there's been 15 laps and there's been no overtakes yet, and it's just like...
That is poor.
Oh my God, this is...
I reckon if somebody just watched the first lap of every race, they'd be a massive fan of it. They would absolutely love it. The first lap's amazing.
Yeah. And there's always the sort of the actual start of the race is always entertaining when everyone's trying to sort of be sly and that. That's normally quite good.
I just love a good crash, me.
Yeah, me too.
Especially when they crash and they have to stop the race and start it again. And then just chaos ensues.
It makes it sound a bit, sadistic like, but a proper meaty crash is always good.
A massive crash involving like 15 cars where nobody gets hurt. That's what you love.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you might get like a broken finger here and there, but
as long as nobody dies, I'm fine with it.
Oh, there's a lot of grey space.
And as long as Hamilton's involved in the crash.
Oh, God.
A season-ending but not life-threatening injury for Lewis Hamilton. That's what we need.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we'll go back to talk about YouTube. Something that, people who watch this, some people will know, some people won't. You and me had a channel in the past, didn't we? We had you, me, Michael, and I guess you could say Fluke whenever he showed up.
The good old WANGKIS family.
Yeah, that's still my normal YouTube login. Well, not anymore, but it was.
Oh, I thought it was Michael that subscribed to me the other day. Was it you?
Yeah, it was me. Yeah, I still hold the keys.
We had some good times on the WANGKIS family channel.
We did. When me and Katie started the World of Productions thing, I went back and I watched some of them videos to sort of remind myself of the style of like ways that I actually edit the videos. But it was a different software that I used then. I used to use iMovie.
What are you using now?
I think I'm Adobe
Premiere Pro.
Yeah,
that's what I use. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, it's just a million times better than iMovie was.
You can do everything with Premiere Pro. I love it. Did you see my most recent video with Phil Jones or not?
I watched the first couple of minutes, but then I had to record.
Oh, I threw a few memes in there. A lot of memes, all over the place. See if you can get it up now. Watch the end where I score the goal. Shall I send you the link for it?
Hold on. Well, I know I'm subscribed, man.
Some boy.
This will not make for good podcast entertainment, me sitting here watching another video.
Aye, I'm running the podcast now, Shaun.
Yeah, you talk to all the people.
For all the people out there, subscribe to Leakee YT on YouTube for the best FIFA content on the web.
Yeah, that free kick was actually sick.
It was good, wasn't it? I had no idea how he pulled that off after 150 attempts of just rolling it along the ground straight to Oblak.
Do you know what it is? I can score free kicks in the new FIFA, right? But I kind of do the overspin and things like that.
I'm rubbish at that as well. The only thing I can score free kicks is if it's like right outside the box and I just aim and shoot, and sometimes it goes in, and I'm like, wow, I'm amazing.
Yeah, that's the only time I use it's called the double shoot or something where you press the circle button twice.
Oh, like the timed shot thing. I've never used that either. I wouldn't even know how to do it.
It's like you press it once to power it up, and then you press it again when like his foot actually connects with the ball, and it's like perfectly accurate to the white circle.
See?
So it's like it's a good thing to use when you've got like a proper good free kick specialist like Fernandez, when you just got to get the position perfect, and then if you can get it in the top bins, it gets in every time.
Fair enough. I'll give it a go, Shaun. I'll take your advice.
Yeah, there's a challenge. There's a challenge for you. Use I don't even know what it's called. The double.
Yeah, it's called the timed finish, I think, or the timed shot, something like that.
Yeah.
Or assisted shot, something along those lines. I don't know. I've never been really good at it, so I've never used it.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous that EA came up with. That was something that never needed changing in the FIFA. Was the shoot? I didn't think there was anything wrong with the shooting.
I think the penalties need sorting out. I remember back in the day on like FIFA 07, you either went left, down the middle, or right. But now you can go left corner, left bottom, left middle, middle top. You can do a Panenka. Oh, it's just too stressful. I'm gonna deal with penalties.
I love them, mate. I love a good penalty. I was playing pro clubs last night with my dad and my brother-in-law and all them. And my dad, it was the same crack as the old WANGKIS team. I was the designated penalty taker, and then for some reason my dad was on them, and then he missed two. I went, right, next time give me the penalty. Just press R2 and select me, and then he sat there and he held R2 and just sat there and didn't do anything. So he sky-high'd that one, and we're all sitting there going, oh no, we lost the game despite having 3 penalties.
Remember Michael's 3 penalty misses in one game? The streets will never forget that. I remember saying, surely he can't miss another one, and he did. And then we got another penalty, and I was like, surely Michael, our designated penalty taker, would not miss 3 in a row in one game. But
I think I'll be salty about that for the rest of my life. The fact that I got taken off the penalties despite not missing a penalty.
Michael, if you're watching this, I still hold that grudge.
So do I, Michael.
You are the reason for the disbanding of the WANGKIS family. Think about that for a second.
See, that's all we need now is you doing your Leakee channel, me and Kitty doing the World of Productions, and then Michael and Luke doing the WANGKIS channel, and we just feed off each other, constantly build up subs, and then we'll all be internet famous, and we'll drive Lamborghinis, and we'll do rap battles, and
I would love a bit of a rap battle or diss tracks. I could definitely make a great diss track about Fluke.
Yeah, I think everyone could make a good diss track about Fluke. I did one. I actually wrote a parodied version of which song was it? I think it was "Football's Coming Home." The 3 line. I actually wrote a parodied song that I was going to put on the WANGKIS channel, but then I thought, well, I can't sing, so I can't. I'm not going to do that.
I've actually made a couple of diss tracks in my time. I don't know if you've ever seen them. But I do love a good diss track on Travis.
Yeah, Travis is another one that's very diss-worthy, isn't he?
Every friendship group has like 2 or 3 of those people that you can just abuse. And Ricky is the number 1 in ours. And Travis is probably second or third behind Fluke.
I think to trigger a certain fan base, at some point I'm going to get Ricky on to talk about pro wrestling. Because it just does my nut in every time he sends
He has some
message.
strange views, that Ricky.
Yeah, he just, I don't get him. He's weird. He's a weird kid.
What's going on in the world of wrestling at the moment, Shaun? I haven't been keeping up for a couple of years now. I only ever watched Royal Rumble and WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Is Outgood happening?
No, not really. Well, the Fiend's happening. The Fiend is cool. Everyone loves the Fiend. He's going to eat Randy Orton next, which is good.
He's just going to eat him, is he?
Yeah, he just eats people. That's just what he does.
Fair play to the lad. That is some finishing. That is some finisher. That if he does.
Yeah.
How can they kick out?
Well, I mean they try, but the referees. I was scared the Fiend will eat them as well. So. And now Alexa Bliss is with him, and literally the only thing I watch from the WWE now is the Fiend and Alexa Bliss, because it's like it's actually really cool. It's really, really cool. But there was a match on that I don't know if you've seen it. It was on NXT UK. It was between Walter and Ilya Dragunov.
No, I've not seen it.
Mate, it's the only match that I've seen where it was like. It was better that they didn't have a crowd, because just every attack was either a chop or a slap, and you could hear every single one echoing through the stadium. It was hard. Like, it was a hard to watch match because Walter just battered the shit out of them.
I think I might have heard about it, where their chests like absolutely like red raw after.
Oh yeah. Especially obviously Dragunov, because Walter's main sort of thing is that he chops you until your gender changes.
All right,
and then
fair play to the lad.
Yeah, and it wasn't even just his chest and his back. Just every part of him was just covered in welts. It was really cool. It made Jim Cornette wet his pants.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Jim Cornette didn't like Okada against Omega, but he absolutely loved watching two men.
I mean, whatever floats your boat, Shaun. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's another weird one. I wonder if Jim Cornette was like Ricky when he was younger.
There's nobody who was like Ricky when they were younger.
Yeah, that's true. Right, so let's talk about... Actually, this is something that we should say. Obviously, it's a sad time because in the world of football, because you do FIFA videos, and I've actually just recorded my first FIFA video today, but I'm not doing challenges. I'm doing going back to doing a legendary career mode.
All right.
Obviously, Diego Maradona's passed away, which is really sad.
It is quite sad, actually. Yeah, he's one of the legends of the game, as everyone knows.
Yeah. Did you see the thing in Argentina at I don't know what stadium it was, but all the lights were turned out except one, which was...
Oh yeah, I did see that. He was at Boca Juniors.
Yeah.
You know who else played at the Boca Juniors stadium, Shaun? Back in the day.
Who?
I Like Trains FC.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I thought you were going to say like Lionel Messi or something. I was like, yeah, it's true. Just while Lewis is muted, I'll say something that people should know. On our channel, in an older video, I did say that if our Batman trailer reaction got 1,000 views, that I would wax my legs and make a video out of it.
Why?
And I don't know. Do you know what it is? I was such a moron for saying it because we were on like 950 views. And I was like, come on, there's no way there's going to be another 50 views. And that was like a week in. So now that we're past that week, there'll be no more views on that video. And then the next day, 1.1 thousand.
What?
Like, oh, bollocks. And I had to... So yeah, I will wax my legs at some point, but, you know, forgive me for being apprehensive. I have very hairy legs and it's going to bloody hurt, but that will be a video soon, I promise.
That's impressive that you got 1,000 views on a video though.
I know, we couldn't believe it. It's probably our most watched series is us reacting to...
Mate, your reaction videos are banging. Like, you should just do that for a living. You'd blow up.
I know, yeah. Well, we were going to just like be constantly reacting to trailers, but obviously in this day and age, stuck in the lockdown, no one's actually making any films, so we can't react to anything. We're still waiting, but you know, it was funny that week though, because we released us reacting to the Justice League trailer on the Monday, then I think we reacted to the Batman trailer on the Wednesday. But on the Monday with the Justice League one, I made a right balls up because I put in the title was a good sarcastic one, and it was, are we even excited about Justice League? Oh God, we triggered them a lot. We triggered the Justice League fan base a lot. We got like, I think it's something like 30 dislikes, and people saying, I don't even care if you're not excited, I'm excited. And we were going to comment actually and say, you know, if you actually watch the video, we do say we're excited. So, you know, I don't know.
You need to think about your titles better, Shaun, by the sound.
Yeah. we definitely. But then in the Batman one, I think we're up to about 50 likes now on that one.
That's impressive.
I can't remember. I think that was like our 11th video. We got. Yeah, it was mad.
Once those trailers start coming out, that's when you're gonna blow up, lad.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally love watching a reaction video. I love watching videos where people like react to rap songs for the first time, and they're like, "Bro, how did he come up with that line?" I live for it.
Yeah, we're gonna. Do you know what it is? We filmed like an 8-part series where we were reacting to the worst injuries in certain sports.
All right.
But we put the first one up and immediately it got taken down.
Why?
Because supposedly the content was too graphic.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so we were just like, right, okay, that entire series is scrapped.
You should make like top 10 superhero videos and top 10 superhero films and stuff. I bet those are banging views.
Yeah, that's something we've been on about doing. That and just sort of general film things like 10 best films and all that stuff, 10 best characters, blah 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 blah. Just lists, innit? Lists tend to be dead popular.
I love a good list as well. Watch Mojo.
Yeah.
I used to watch the shit out of those videos back in the day.
Yeah. The only I stopped watching Watch Mojo lists, right, and this is continuing the run of we talking about Lord of the Rings on the podcast, but they did a video where it was the top 10 best Lord of the Rings characters, and you would think 9 out of the 10 would be the Fellowship, but they weren't. They just missed half of the Fellowship out. They had like Galadriel at number 4, and even the comments were like, "What are you playing at?" It's like, really? For all the Lord of the Rings nerds coming out and attacking Watch Mojo, and they didn't even have Samwise at number 1. I gave up on Watch Mojo that day.
Mate, Lord of the Rings fans and superhero film fans are relentless. You cannot say anything bad about what they like, or they'll come for your head. It's the same as BTS fans on Twitter. You do not dare mention BTS. You know that Korean boy band?
Oh, right, yeah.
You name drop BTS, they're going to have your head. Literally.
I've seen videos of them and I think they're weirdos. Like, I think they're proper weird.
I don't really get it either, to be honest, but, I mean... It's
something pop, isn't it? It's that genre of
K-pop.
music. L-pop. Or K-pop, yeah. I'm an old man. I'm not down with all these internet trends. Yeah, I don't get it at all. I don't get what's. Mind you, we're saying this now. The BTS fan base is going to come for us now.
Mate, I know this is completely off topic, but I took Mahrez out of my fantasy team and he's now scored a hat-trick. So I'm fuming right now. I had him in since like week 2 and he scored 0. I take him out and like a week or 2 later he's just bagged a hat-trick. If that doesn't sum up my fantasy football life, I don't know what does.
Do you know what it is? Every time we do the fantasy football thing, right? Because I haven't done it this year. Every time we do it, I do a team, and I'm like, right, I'm gonna get into it this year. I'm gonna win. And then after the first week, I'm just like, I can't be bothered to do anything.
We've got quite a league going at the moment. I'm 7th in the league. It's actually tragic.
7th? Who else is in there? I know Michael's doing it.
I'll get it up 2 seconds.
Michael, Ricky.
Michael is in the league, yeah. Ricky is 2nd somehow, even though I've slagged off his team since the start. It's my mate Joe, and then a couple of Daniel's mates from uni. And then we've got 10 people in the league. I can't believe I'm 7th. I'm even below Daniel. And he doesn't even change his team, man. It's traumatic.
Oh my god. You're like the West Ham of the fantasy league.
Sheffield United this season. They've not won a single game.
Yeah.
They're going to give Derby a run for their money this season, Sheffield United.
Yeah, they're going to give us a run for their money with bloody Sunderland. every Premier League record is held by us. Every single bad Premier League record is held by Sunderland.
Apart from the lowest points total, which is Derby. They got 11.
Which is Derby, yeah.
I'm sure Sheffield United will not get as many as Derby this season. It's so bad.
I'd be surprised if West Brom do. Their defence is absolutely shocking.
There's a few absolutely tragic teams this year, like.
Yeah. But, you know, I love the Premier League. I hope Everton win. They won't, but I hope
I'm
they do.
hoping for a Spurs win, me. But now Liverpool's going to win again.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. There's no one else that can beat them, is there? Well, mind you, in saying that, they've got, like, 3 of the first team back 4 out.
Man City seem to be playing alright. Beat Burnley, they're beating Burnley 5-0 currently. I don't know if it's finished or not, but it's quite impressive. I like watching Leeds this season. They're quite exciting to watch, even though they're terrible. But they play a really nice football, so I like watching them.
That Bamford's a good striker as well, isn't he?
Oh, he loves the goal, Patrick Bamford.
Absolute machine he is.
Aston Villa, good to watch this season.
Oh, Jack Grealish, what a bloke!
Jackie Grealish and Ollie Watkins. Name a better duo. I'll wait. See, you can't do it. You can't do it. I told you.
There's none. There's none that exist today. Right, should we talk about films? It's the only thing we haven't. Well, I mean, we've spoken about Lord of the Rings, but we haven't really spoken about films specifically. So tell the people, because obviously the people who watch our podcasts have seen what my movie tastes are. They've seen what Katie's movie tastes are. So what's your movie tastes,
Mate,
Lewis?
I have the most tragic movie tastes ever. Because movies are just too long. I kind of get into them. So I've not seen that many. But I'll even go out on record right now and say that I've never even seen Lord of the Rings. Come at me. It's too long. I like watching it. I like a good TV show.
It's too long, and the Lord of the Rings don't belong in the same sentence.
Isn't it like 6 hours long, the first film?
Yeah, about that. Yeah, I think the extended edition, if you watch all 3 of them, it's about 15 hours.
Who's got time for that, man? I mean, I am unemployed at the moment, so I probably do have time for it. But
I was going to say, lockdown is the perfect time for it. Everyone's stuck indoors. Whack Lord of the Rings on.
I never even watch TV shows anymore. I just love a good. I just watch YouTube all day. Endless
me too.
On
me
YouTube.
Too. If I'm not making videos, I'm watching them. So it's like I live on YouTube now.
You know what I love at the moment? The Sidemen videos. They're absolutely class. I was like, I never used to watch them because I thought, well, obviously it's all just kids' videos. But now they're like grown up and they're like our age and they're absolutely hilarious.
I used to watch when they played GTA. That was the only real, and when they did like pro clubs, because the pro clubs was quite funny. But apart from that, I never really watched them. And then obviously that whole thing with KSI and Logan Paul, and I just found that cringy.
Beat him in the fight though.
Yeah, but it was like in the first fight they'd signed on to do 2 fights, one in England, one in America.
Yeah.
And they drew the first fight, and instead of just going, well, we've signed on to do 2 fights, we're going to fight again and we'll find out who the real winner is, KSI stands there and goes, well, you know what this means, Logan Paul? I guess we'll just have to fight again in America. And, you know, everyone was cheering, and I was just there like, we know you're going to fight in America again anyway.
Seemed a bit of a setup like the first one.
Yeah. It was just, I cringed at it.
But Shaun, now that we've talked about KSI versus Logan Paul, you can stick it in the title. That's a few hundred views right there.
That's true. Yeah. The most popular podcast. He's fighting again, isn't he, Logan Paul? Isn't he fighting Floyd Mayweather?
He is fighting on the card, I think. No, I think Jake Paul might even be fighting tonight. Mike Tyson's fighting tonight.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Jake Paul is on the undercard for that fight. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure.
That is mad.
I know.
But I'm not. I was going to stay up and watch that because if Tyson looks like he's in an absolute incredible shape.
He looks like a beast.
Yeah, but there's not going to be. What is it? There's not going to be a referee and there's not going to be judges, so they can't win by. There's going to be no knockouts and there's going to be no decision. So it's basically a spar that they're doing, the sparring.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it just came out a few days ago, so I was kind of like, oh, well, that's going to be crap.
Oh, well, I was going to stay up for it, but you've talked us out of it now, so...
I think that was... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's... I'll double check, because I don't want to ruin it if you're going to stay up for it, but I'm pretty sure it said there's going to be no... There's no knockouts, and there's no...
Dumb, isn't it? You're never going to get sponsored by BT Sport Show after this podcast. Telling me that. You just lost them 15 quid.
Do you know, Mike Tyson's lighter now than he ever was when he boxed.
Is he? He's absolutely unit.
Yeah. He does look ridiculous, like.
I think if there is knockouts, this guy that he's fighting tonight is going to be a dead man. I don't know if the guy that he's fighting is like a decent boxer, or I reckon they've probably just picked like some hobo.
Oh no, he was good. Roy Jones, like, he was good in his heyday.
Is he like a used to be good kind of guy as well? Like,
yeah, like he was. I just can't remember what weight class he was. I think he was like middleweight or something. He wasn't a heavyweight, but he was sort of back when Joe Calzaghe was running things in the UK. Yeah. Roy Jones was running things in the US.
Boxing is another thing that I've only just got into recently. During the lockdown, I got into boxing, golf, and Formula One.
Golf.
Yeah,
that's a weird trio.
But I love watching the videos of like the amazing shots on YouTube. But I can't sit and watch it. It's absolutely crap.
I always think that's a weird trio, that, like golf, F1, and boxing. That's a really weird trio. But yeah, it's one of my dad's favourite fights to watch. Right, it's Joe Calzaghe against Roy Jones Jr. Obviously, Roy Jones is who Tyson's fighting tonight, because he goes to America, Calzaghe, and he's fighting Roy Jones in America. And obviously there's a massive difference between British boxing and US boxing. And he gets, you can't see this, but air quotes, he gets knocked down by Roy Jones Jr., Joe Calzaghe. So everyone's kind of like, even the commentators who are American commentators are there going, oh, that's it, he's out of the fight, he's pretty much lost it. And then he gets up and he just absolutely humiliates Roy Jones Jr. Like, he just can't hit him. Yeah, he starts doing this thing where he puts his head in between Roy Jones's gloves, and he's looking at him going, with his head, and he's trying to get in between his gloves, and Roy Jones just can't hit him. Like, he swings and he just can't hit him.
It's mad that I don't know how we've got to this from Lord of the Rings, like, but
neither do I. How have you started watching golf videos and you haven't seen Lord of the Rings?
Golf's better to watch.
Don't even say that.
Right, but I actually do want to talk about my movie tastes. Should I tell you what is the best movie of all time?
Go on then.
The Internship. And I will live and die by this. It is amazing.
The Robert De Niro, Anne Hathaway one?
No. The Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson one.
Oh, okay.
Where they get jobs at Google. Have you never seen it?
I don't think so. But if it's Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, then I'm probably better off not seeing it.
Oh, you should. That's unbelievable. You not seeing The Internship Wilson is, for me, not seeing Lord of the Rings to you. That is I think it's even bigger of a shock that you've not seen The Internship.
Well, it was much more of a box office success than the Lord of the Rings were.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised by that. That's for sure. I think it's. I mean, I don't know if the Avengers has overtaken it recently, but I'm pretty sure it was the best selling film of all time.
Yeah, well, Owen Wilson, he has that effect, doesn't he? He is.
I think there might have been a few other films that have overtaken it as well, like all of them.
only one or two, just all of them. Yeah. But I tell you what, right, and this is going to make us seem like a bunch of pansies to a lot of people. A film that you and me both love, right, which isn't necessarily, a hard case blokes kind of movie. It's Crazy Stupid Love. And
how do you remember that I like that one, Shaun?
Because you used to just, every message that you used to send at one point was just David Lindhagen.
Really? I can't even remember this.
It would be a picture of Kevin Bacon's face.
Does sound like something I would do, though, to be fair.
What a movie, man. I would honestly put Crazy Stupid Love in my top 10 films.
The ending where they all come together at once and they're like, what? It was more of a shock than the ending of The Shawshank Redemption, I think. I remember watching The Shawshank for the first time, though, and the end just blows you off your feet. The first time you ever see it, I'll never forget that.
What, when he escapes?
Yeah, you just don't see it coming at all. Spoiler alert, by the way.
No.
I know I've already spoiled it, but here you go.
If you haven't seen,
you better watch it by now.
Yeah. If you haven't seen this movie from like 1998, it's also not just the fact that it's from 1998, but that it's one of the most beloved movies in cinema. If we have to give you a spoiler alert for it, then I don't know. But
that's your fault for being uneducated. But you never even seen Lord of the Rings either, have you? Aye.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking to you.
The viewer. Point at your camera. The viewer, right there.
Heathens.
Ugh, you disgust me.
Bloody heathens.
I can't think what is like my serious favourite film. I think The Joker might be up there, I love The Joker.
Oh, that's a brilliant film. Bloody brilliant film.
Shit.
That's a good shout.
I wasn't expecting it to be as good as it was, but then I went to see it the opening night, I think, from what I recall, and it was just unbelievable.
It was funny, when that film came out, because I think the week after we went to, I don't know if you were out that night, but we were in Newcastle, and there was like a Day of the Dead thing in Newcastle at one of the stadium. I think it's called the O2 or something. And everyone was dressed up in like Halloween get up and stuff. The amount of lads who were walking around trying to do that laugh that he does was just ridiculous.
I can imagine.
Like you would be going to the toilet and someone would be walking out going and you'd be like, oh my god, you freak. God.
I don't think I was there, but I wish I was. I bet that was absolutely hilarious.
You would like, or you'd be stood outside and there would just be someone down the street do this absolute massive laugh, and even the bouncer would be kind of like, what a bloody mince.
Have you seen that video on Twitter of the guy who's dressed as Jigsaw, and then the guy comes over as like, he's dressed as the Joker? Have you seen it or not?
No.
And he goes, there's like this. It's like they're on a night out in the UK, and the guy's like, nah, mate, Jigsaw, and then this other guy's just like winding him up soon. So you're the Joker, aren't you? And he goes, nah, mate, Jigsaw. Wanna play a game? Wanna play a game? And the guy just goes, nah, not really. I'll send you it after this. It's so good, man.
Oh god. UK nights out are the best. I don't care what the Americans say.
Nah, the Americans can't hold a candle to us, like. Unless there's any Americans watching this, and you should like the video because we love you all.
Yeah, you should like the video, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Lewis's channel, because Americans are cool.
We love you, America.
Yeah.
Except New England Patriots fans, we don't like you.
Yeah, no. No, I don't get the hate, but no, we hate you.
Exactly. See, even Shaun agrees with me. They were the people who beat the Falcons in the Super Bowl.
Oh, right,
That's the context.
Haven't they beaten everyone, though? Aren't they like 20-time champions or something?
Something like that.
I don't know, what's his name? Did he retire? Is it Tom Brady? He retired.
He's not retired, but he's like moved to a different team, and it's like basically a retirement home. He's like moved to the MLS. Right. That's what he's done.
Right, okay. So he's done an Iron Robin.
Yeah, Iron Robin's not moved to the MLS.
Is he not?
No, he plays.
Is it a Chinese league?
He plays in the Dutch league, I think.
Oh, did he go home?
Of all the players,
that makes
you
sense.
chose Iron Robin, the one player that didn't move to the MLS.
Yeah, but it's the MLS and the Chinese leagues now, and that's where all the retirement players are now.
Yeah, I think Iniesta's over there. Paulinho, the guy that used to play for Barca and Tottenham, he's over there. Oscar,
yeah,
remember him?
Oh, he had such a good goal when he scored with the outside of his foot.
I used to like Oscar when he played for Chelsea.
Yeah, who did they buy? I think they bought him, Ramirez, and who was the other one? They bought 3 players one season, and he was one of them. And I was amazed that they somehow didn't win the league with just those 3 players.
Didn't they win the Champions League though? Or was that before?
That was before, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember Oscar winning the Champions League, so it might have been before.
I think they did eventually win the Premier League, but it was just that season they had Oscar, Ramirez. I can't remember who the other one was, but they had these 3 players, and they were just ridiculously good players, and they somehow didn't win. It's like when Arsenal got Santi Cazorla, the likes of him, and they had him, Mesut Ozil. Is it still recording?
Yeah, I just dropped a link in the chat for that jigsaw video.
Okay. Yeah, it baffles me when teams like Arsenal have had players like those 2 players and haven't won the league.
Arsenal will forever be an embarrassment, and I'm a Sunderland fan, so I can say that.
Yeah, we're allowed to take the high ground on this one. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to films. So we're going to rattle through some films, and we'll see if you're fans of them, right?
I think we should rattle through them, and we should not if I'm a fan, or if I've seen them, because I probably won't have.
Yeah, just if you've seen them. All right, then. So have you seen all of the Star Wars films?
All except the one where the guy takes his shirt off and he's really buff.
The Last Jedi. That's okay because it's terrible.
Was there another one that came out after that as well?
Yeah, well, there was. I think it went Last Jedi, then Solo.
I've seen Solo and Rogue One, but I don't think I've seen the most recent main plotline one.
The Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, I've not seen that one either.
It's fine. It's terrible. The last 2 films are just terrible.
I thought The Force Awakens was dreadful as well.
So do you know what it is? I was exactly the same when that first came out. I think did I not go to see it?
Yeah, we went together, and everyone was like, "How amazing was that?" And me and you were both like, "Was it though?"
Oh, so disappointed. But then, the 2 films that came after that, you kind of went, okay, so the Force Awakens wasn't that bad by comparison. It wasn't as bad as the 2 films that came.
I loved Rogue One though. I thought that was one of the best films they've ever done.
Yeah, that's such a good Star
Wars. It's up there with Revenge of the Sith.
Absolutely, it is. Yeah, I agree. I think that one scene at the end where Darth Vader decides to kill everyone is just it
makes the film.
It's bloody brilliant.
It's like a cherry on the top of the film.
Oh yeah, it is. I think Darth Vader's just one of the coolest. Not just bad guys, just one of the coolest characters that's ever been.
Definitely. Anthony always says this film is trash because you can't remember the names of the characters that were in it. But do you even need to?
Well, I can, Jyn Erso.
Anthony's calling you out right now.
Yeah, take that, Anthony. K2SO.
Yeah, get K2SO'd, bitch.
Executor Krennic, there's another one. Played by Ben Mendelsohn. And I think that's all I can name. So let's move on before I embarrass myself.
That was quite impressive to be
fair. About? Thank you. The only reason I know those ones in particular is because Ben Mendelsohn's a mint actor. Felicity Jones played Jyn Erso. That's who she played, and she's really attractive. And K2SO is the best droid that's ever been done, and he's done by Alan Tudyk, who's a bloody brilliant voice actor.
Fair play, Alan. Well done, mate.
Yeah, good old Alan. what was I going to say? Oh yeah, right. So next series of films. Have you seen The Godfathers?
No. I love the theme song though.
Yeah. Theme song's mint.
I think I saw the first scene and then I was like, "This is really 2 hours long." Not about it. Turned it off.
Have you seen Goodfellas?
No. What is that? Is that like a parody of The Godfather?
No, that's no. It's what's probably called Martin Scorsese's masterpiece. It's like a gangster movie set in the set in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and it's got Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and
I like the sound of it. It's just I never can be asked to sit down and watch a film all the way through. That's the thing.
Tell you what, it's good for when you're editing videos. I just sit and I watch it. I stick a film on, and I'll just edit 3 videos on the trot. Done.
I'm a proper like freak for the like if my voice makes any noise like I need to edit that out, so I have to listen for it. I'm like I've got like an OCD.
I don't even do that. I'm quite happy for everyone to see my imperfections. And if you watch the horror game series, then you definitely see my imperfections.
I loved your Fall Guys win today. It was brilliant.
Oh, man, honestly, I couldn't believe that. You can see in the video where I give up, and then I somehow managed to got the tail, and I was just mid. And the dying embers of the.
You literally got the tail with like 1 second left.
That's the kind of thing where if that was me who had lost the tail at that point, I would have been absolutely fuming.
Ah, yeah, but
You'd just be bloody fuming. But I ended up winning, and I think I deserved it. I ran around for most of it, not being able to catch the guy, but I can still say that I deserved to win.
You secured the bag.
I did, yeah. I'm trying to think, what are the horror films? Have you seen the Fast and Furious franchise?
I've seen various ones of them. I've seen the Paul Walker one. And I've seen
those ones aren't a necessity. I assumed most people have seen them because everyone has seen them.
Nah, not me. I've seen the Paul Walker one. That's about it. I have been on the ride at Universal Studios though.
Yeah. But here's an opinion that you gave once that I've held a grudge against you ever since.
Oh, yeah.
And you once said that the Pirates of the Caribbeans weren't very good.
They're another one that I've not watched. I watched a bit of it and got bored.
So this was.
Is there a scene where they all go to like the gallows to get like hung or something like that? In one of them.
To get what?
To get like hung.
It might.
Sure, it's like the opening scene of one of the films.
Oh, I think that's the third one.
Anyone I've watched and didn't know. I love the theme song though. I watched.
Oh yeah.
Who is it that made the song? Hans Zimmer. I watch his like orchestra playing the theme song on YouTube all the time, but I wouldn't watch the films. To be fair, because I've been getting into the theme song, kind of makes me want to watch the films. So I might give those a try.
Definitely watch the first one. If you like the first one, then you'll love the second one. Then if you can make it through that first scene in the third one, then you will enjoy the third one. The fourth and fifth one are not very good, but that original trilogy, like I said in the last podcast, is to me the most rewatchable series of all time.
Well, I'll do my homework, Shaun. I'll watch the first one, and if I like it, I'll watch the second one. I promise.
Good man. So that's about an hour, so I guess we can leave it there. Thanks to anyone who watches this. Lewis's YouTube channel will be in the description. There'll be a link to his social medias and to his YouTube, so go and subscribe.
And press the bell.
Subscribe to this. And press the bell.
Press the bell on this channel as well.
And press the bell on this channel as well. Yeah. Anything else you want to say, Lewis?
Nah, not really, Shaun. It's been quite entertaining. Good use of my time.
Well, it's content for my channel, so I'm gonna thank you for that because I haven't had to do anything.
I'll shout you out as well to all my loyal fan base.
Thank you very much. So yeah, thanks for watching. Love you.